Peace and blessings. Akili Damon Height here, author of LUCID, the new Afrofuturistic fantasy adventure novel available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNobles.com and coming to a bookstore near you. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the significance of DNA. Evan Wheat wears the DNA double helix right over his sternum, right over his heart. So the DNA carries information and it stores memory. It is basically a computer. And the significance of the DNA in this story, it ties into the element of Evan being a member of an ancient cosmic bloodline, but he is yet to awaken to who he truly is. So we've all heard that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It merely transforms. DNA is not only physical. Yes, it exists in our blood, but it can transform to other dimensions. We live in a multi-dimensional universe, or essentially, our reality is a multiverse. One example of that is when you dream, or when you go to sleep, you dream. And where do dreams take place? Not in the physical world, where your physical body remains, but your mind is projected into the astral plane. There is also a mental plane that sits above the astral plane, which is controlled, as the name says, by your mental. As above, so below. So if the physical body exists only on the physical plane, yet the mind also exists on the physical plane, the mind can project itself into the astral plane without the physical body. But when it does that, you are still you. So when you dream, you are actually projecting your astral body into a different world or to a different dimension. So that's where the part of the world of, or the story of LUCID takes place. LUCID is an acronym that stands for Life Ultimately Continues in Dreams. So I want to read an excerpt from a chapter by the title of No One Can Do It Better. Shout out to the DOC. As Evan stepped into the grand dojo, a profound sense of awe washed over him. The entrance commanded attention with a sign boldly declaring, "Remove your shoes before you enter." Above the words unfolded a magnificently stretched image of a DNA double helix positioned horizontally. Along the majestic curves of the double helix, the words longevity, amplitude, acceleration, information, dynamic, and free danced with an enigmatic meaning that beckoned Evan to step forward. Evan removed his shoes and walked through the doors, where he was greeted by the sight of 11 other students standing around Yair, who exuded an aura of serenity and wisdom. Please come, join us, Yair said in a calm and patient tone. Take your time, young one. There's no rush. Evan moved towards the others, taking in the open space of the dojo. He had stepped into a different world, one where the laws of everyday reality didn't seem to apply. Yair, an Ethiopian Jew, carried a name that held deep meaning. He will enlighten in Hebrew. After serving in the Israeli Special Forces as a youth, witnessing horrors that left him disgusted, he sought solace as an ascetic. Time passed and rumors spread suggesting that Yair had achieved immortality as an ascended master. Whether this was true or not, Evan was filled with fascination and curiosity as he stood in Yair's presence. Everyone settled into position as Yair began to speak. The world that you see is but a mental reflection of reality. Please close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Visualize the double helix of your DNA rotating. Evan closed his eyes and focused on his breath. As he inhaled, he felt the air enter his lungs and the tension in his body dissipate. Yair walked around with his hands folded neatly behind his back. As he spoke in a hypnotic meditation, he breathed life into the words that adorned the curves of the DNA double helix. Longevity is the dream, amplitude to reach the sky, acceleration at the speed of light, free to live without regret, information to guide your steps, dynamic to face any change. Immortality is within range. As Yair spoke, Evan felt the crystal that dangled around his neck pulsate with heightened energy. The goal is to activate multiple strands of DNA in addition to the standard 2. And yes, the crystal is the missing link. Yair said, his voice directed to Evan as if reading his mind. It is the key to unlocking many extraordinary abilities. But remember, patience and relaxation is essential. Evan gripped the crystal, feeling its intense vibrations flow through him. The future was unknown. All he can do was stay in the moment. The future is now. Peace and blessings. Thank you all. Have a good day.